Yo, what's up, lovely people of YouTube? Welcome to Dom's Media Zone. Today I'm going to be talking about lighting for a studio style setting and how you can go from something like this. So this is me using the normal lights in the room to something like this. Alright, and with all the lights off, this is the effect you get, and this is how I've been trying to record most of my YouTube videos that I've done so far. To begin, I'm going to talk about each one of the lights that I've used to achieve the results that you've seen in the intro before. And we're going to go through each one of the lights. I'm going to explain a little bit about the light, and I'm going to show you how to position your lights to get that exact effect. So the first light I'm going to be talking about is my key light. So for my key light, I use a light called the Raleno LED light, which looks like this. So now I know a lot of YouTubers and people that record videos use these massive kind of lights with these covers, but because I don't have that much space here, I went for something a bit smaller, and to be honest, it's been serving me perfectly fine. So this is the Raleno LED light. It's got 192 light beads inside. It's also got this acrylic plate to make the light a little bit softer on your eyes and more natural. So if I switch this on, this is what it looks like. It doesn't hurt my eyes at all when it's pointed at me. And this light costs about £53 right now on Amazon. So if you had to go buy this today, it's going to set you back £53. The nice thing about this light, you can adjust the brightness of it all the way up to 100%. When I record my videos, I've been using it at about 8% because it is a really good and bright light. So 8% is more than enough if you're using it as I do. So you can adjust the temperature of the light from really warm, which is 3200K, all the way to a really cold light, which is 5600K. Now I recommend recording something at like 5000K because that kind of replicates a natural light. Also, in my camera, I'm using the Canon 90D to record this video with a 24mm lens. Now in the camera, there is a setting where you can tell the camera what lights you are using. So I set that setting to 5000K as well to match this light output. So I'm just going to put this light off for now. That's the Raleno LED light, which I use as my key light. So what I normally do, I put this light one arm length away from me at about 45 degrees. So the light's standing like on my right hand side at 45 degrees, one arm length away from me. Okay, I'm gonna leave this light off for now because we've got all the lights on in the room. Once I've got all the lights set up and I've showed them to you, I'm going to switch off all the lights in the room and put on all these lights. The next light we're going to talk about is my filler light. So because I've got a bright main light on this side, which illuminates this part of my face, I want a little bit less light coming in from the left hand side. So from this side I want slightly less light so that it gives me a more of a light effect on this side and a little bit of a softer effect on this light. So to achieve that, you can use pretty much any light that you want. There are some cheap lights that start at about £20 that you can use as a filler light, but I've used the GoPro Hero 8 light mod for my filler light because I already had this light in the house, so I didn't want to go spend extra money and buy an unnecessary light. When I tried this one out, it did the job just right. So you don't need to have the same light. You can buy something a bit cheaper to use as your filler light, but I will show you just for this demonstration how this light works. So this is the GoPro light mod. If you press it once, it gives you a very low light. If you press it again, it gives you a medium light. Press it again, it gives you a highlight. So I use this light on the medium setting, and what I do is I've got this little light stand because the GoPro does come with this little clip, so you can use any kind of light stand, or you can even put it onto something so that it's around on the same height as your face. I've got it on a stand, and I'm going to put it also at about an arm's length away from me at 45 degrees. When we do finally use this light, I'm going to have it on medium. So this is currently how the medium would look, but let me switch that off for now. Okay, and that's the second light. So we've got our main light and a little filler light set up already. Now we're going to talk about the two RGB lights that I use to give me that colorful effect in the background that you've seen in the intro. So you can use a variety of different RGB lights. There's plenty out there on the market that do the same job. The ones I use, I really do like them a lot. They are called the G1S RGB lights by Pixel. Now I've got two of these lights here because I wanted to create an effect of two different colors behind me, and you can get away with one if you just want one color, or you can even use two with the same color. Nice thing about these lights, they have a 360-degree wheel on them where you can pretty much adjust them to be any color that you want them to be. They also have a main light, so you could use them as a key light, but these are a bit brighter than the one I'm using currently, the Raleno, because these don't have such a soft cover here in the front that softens the light. These can be quite harsh on your eyes. For that reason, I use them as my back color RGB lights. Battery on these lights will last around 2.5 hours. So you'll get 2.5 hours from a full charge on each one of these lights. That's because they have a 3200 milliamp built-in battery. So they do charge. They have a USB-C charger port here at the bottom. And I will do a full review on each one of the lights that I'm doing in this video in future videos to come. Okay, you can also adjust the temperature on these lights from 2500 to 8500K. So you've got more control on these lights than you do on the Raleno when it comes to temperature and colors. But they are great filler lights as well. They can be great key lights. They can be fantastic background lights. Okay, so I'm going to position these lights now behind me. So what I usually do, I put them down standing up on a table that you can't see. That's a coffee table behind me, so that each one of them will give off a different color onto the curtain. So when we put the lights on, those colors will really stand out. Just to show you, this one I'm going to use is a pink color, and I do have it set at 100% setting. And this one that I use is going to be like a blue color and also at 100%. So let me go position these lights right now. Okay, now that I've got all my lights in position, I'm going to start putting the lights on one by one. And then right at the end, I'm going to switch off all the lights in the house here. The first light we're going to put on is the key light, which is the Raleno key light. Okay, we've got the Raleno key light on. Now we're going to put on the GoPro little filler light, and we're going to set it to medium. Okay, so now I've got my two lights. It does look a bit bright because I've still got the main light on. And now let me go put on the two RGB filler lights. All right, now I've got the two RGB filler lights on, and the main light is on and the filler light is on. So the last step now, I'm going to switch off all the lights in this room right now. Alright, and with all the lights off, this is the effect you get, and this is how I've been trying to record most of my YouTube videos that I've done so far. So this is just some advice for you. You don't have to use the exact same lights, but this setup does work well. If you've got one main light, one little filler light, some colorful background light, this is the kind of effect that your video will have. So let me know what you think. Is the setup kind of cool, or would you change anything about it? Would you perhaps maybe use one light instead of two, or different colors? The nice thing is you can get super creative with those RGB lights. They do change colors, so you can pretty much pick any color that's your favorite color or two colors and just use them in your videos like this. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you out. I hope it gave you some good ideas of what you can do in your own YouTube studio with different lights that you can purchase. Some of them are quite cheap, some of them can be quite pricey. The RGB lights were about £65 on Amazon right now per light, so that can get a bit costly, but I'm sure you can get different ones for a bit less. But yeah, I do really like those pixel ones, and I will put all the links to the lights in the description below so that you can go and check them out. And that's all for today. We're going to be doing those light reviews in the future, so if you don't want to miss those, do subscribe to this channel. And I hope you enjoyed this, and have a great day, and I'll see you next time.